Hey guys, how's it hanging? Charlie here, your coach of the São Paulo Cyndaquils.
With the awesome assistant coach Simba, and we are hyped because this is the first game of the playoffs.
Round 1!
So we are on the tie break against Steve. This is our third match during the season. We got the win on the first one. He played very well and snagged the victory for his team on the second game. So I guess this is it. It all comes down to this game, which is the playoffs. The winner gets to go through. The loser goes home. And here we can get a peek at his team, which we predicted perfectly. He absolutely brought his 6th best Pokemon, so...
Maybe Claydol instead of Regirock as always, like, we all know his team by now, right guys? But it was quite what we thought, like, his best 6.
And we got some counters. We team prepped quite extensively for this match. So we have the Choice Scarfente that can pick up the kill on Ambipom 100% of the time. We have the Moxie Mance on the back, which can pull some
with an Assault Vest.
We have Metagross with the Gravity strategy, which is something we're really proud of. The main idea is to send out Metagross turn 1, set up a Gravity expecting a switch, and catch Skarmory, leaving him on the ground to eat up PQs from Metagross.
Yeah, because Skarmory, if it is like the bulkiest of bulks, it can live like 2 to 3 earthquakes, so pretty safe.
Yeah, it can't eat 3. It can at most eat a couple and be at a really sliver and little amount of health. So Metagross is the game plan. We still have Thunderous, we have our Gliscor, which this week is rocking the Defog and the Hyper Cutter, which is pretty hype. And as always, Vaporeon is on the squad, so...
Let's hop into this!
And at first we thought we gotta go and lead with Metagross. The idea is to Gravity, we gotta do it, and he leads with the Altera, so that's perfect. There's no way he's staying into a Meteor Mash.
Yeah, maybe he was like really wanting to get his Mega off because of our Salamence on the back, which could drop Dracos and Outrage.
But that's anticlimactic because as soon as we look into our move slot, we actually made a mistake during team prep and we got Hammer Arm instead of Gravity.
Yeah, we already had Hammer Arm because of last week and we didn't change to Gravity, like,
so
fuck me, right?
We're desperate at this point because we're like, oh no, the gameplay is falling apart.
Yeah, like we have to pivot around this Skarmory again once more, I don't like this.
Yeah, because he can Rocky Helmet, just Rex or Metagross, and we all know what happens when that... when that goes. I mean, last game, that was the main reason we lost. So here he goes into the Regirock. Gliscor is able to defog the rocks and get rocks of our own.
We didn't think this Regirock would have Stealth Rocks too.
So he brings double rocks.
Yeah, he's kind of playing the same hazard game he had. So we have to defog now because, well, we don't want rocks. It's more important than having rocks on his side. And now, that Ice Punch, we were predicting that from him, but we knew with the Yacha Berry popping, we could live quite nicely.
So here we kind of predict Steve to go for his Stealth Rocks again, because we don't want Gliscor to go down to a second Ice Punch. And we reveal the taunt and get Blades. The Regirock can set up his Stealth Rocks after the taunt. So here we're pretty free to U-turn off. He goes back into the Altera trying to get its Mega off. But we're gonna straight out into the Metagross, not allowing this to happen.
That's
if we had the Gravity, oh man, if we had the Gravity.
Yeah, that would be such a different game, because like, he has 2 Flying Mons, and they would not pivot around that Earthquake anymore.
Especially the Rotom Wash would also be taken to the ground.
Yeah, he has 3 because of the Levitate.
And the ground is super effective, so I mean, the Gravity Earthquake strategy was so clutch, was so intensely prepped by us, and it's so unfortunate that we were dumb and just overlooked this while giving the Pokemons the right moves, so that's unfortunate. But that's a different story. We're in between the game now, and we're able to get Thunderous in against the Skarmory that's trying to set up Stealth Rocks.
Yeah.
So there's no way he's letting his Skarmory go down, because he knows that's the only thing that stops Metagross from punching holes.
Another trick on our sleeve. We actually have Nasty Plot for this week.
Yeah, since we got bodied so many times with Thunderous, with the Life Orb recoil and the Volt switching into rocks, this time we are Nasty Plot Thunderbolt. If this Rotom was actually a physical variant, it was gonna go down to this Nasty Plot 100% of the time to this Thunderbolt at +2.
But it's super specially bulky, so it lives to fire a Hydro Pump on us.
But
which
unfortunately,
hinders down quite a bit.
Yeah, it does. But not even the most specially defensive of all the Rotom washes can take two plus 2 Thunderbolts from Thundurus.
Yeah.
Here we're forced to switch out, obviously, because Ambipom is just gonna wreck Thundurus if we decide to stay in. And Steve actually goes straight off into the Ice Punch trying to pick up the revenge kill, but Vaporeon doesn't mind about the Ice Punch.
Yeah, like not even fake out.
But what do you know, the freeze comes off again. Our intention was to just baton pass out here to get some initiative, maybe predicting a U-turn, but that's not gonna happen, we're forced to go for Scald.
Yeah, fortunately, actually, he got the freeze on our Vaporeon, because...
If it wasn't
no, if it was another Pokemon.
Yeah, if it wasn't Metagross or something else, maybe this game could have come out entirely different.
But as you guys can see, because the Rotom went down, actually he doesn't have quite the nice switchings into maybe a Scald Burn. So he actually opts to go into his Lucky 2 and it's gonna get burned.
It's 30% chance. I mean, I don't even consider Scald Burns to be hacks anymore because they're like...
Yeah, it's almost a guaranteed burn.
Yeah, if you get scalded 2 times, it's most likely that you're getting burned than you're not getting burned. So I mean, it's hard to call that hacks. But if this Altaria is a physical variant, there's nothing it can do against us. But it shows the Hyper Voice, so it's a special variant of this creature, this fluffy monster. And we decided to go for Scald just to scout out a little bit more
about his set.
Yeah, we want to know what this Altaria could do and get him into Roost range so we can freely Baton Pass off into a different Pokemon. Yeah, because
now he has to Roost. He's above half, so...
He's under half.
Yeah, he's under half, sorry. So we have to Baton Pass to get that initiative, go into our Metagross and try to him out into his Skarmory, probably.
Yeah, and right here we're starting to fall into this loop, like we bring in the Metagross, he has the Lucky 2, he goes into Skarmory, we're forced to switch out, so I think it's time we start doing some plays.
Yeah, because we're in a limbo now.
So we just pulled Metagross off, we're gonna switch out first, so Metagross is faster than Altaria, we had some speed investments. And we bring Vaporeon back, trying to catch the Skarmory off guard, maybe to eat up a Scald. Steve's gonna switch.
And he goes for the switch, which is pretty nice.
But he actually goes for Regirock, which ended up being better off for Vaporeon, because there's nothing he can do against us. And it's pretty safe ground for Cephalothorax right here. We got a free Scald off. It's gonna do humongous amounts. And he fires back with an EQ, which I don't know if was the correct play here, because it honestly didn't do much to Vaporeon.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know its whole set, but Earthquake will not do much to any Vaporeon.
Yeah, Explosion could be a thing, but at this point I think he was trying to preserve the Regirock.
Yeah, Regirock is still quite valuable, like,
we still have Entei on the back, but I mean, it arguably it was better just to sack it off, so Altaria wouldn't have to grind and Skarmory still could take on the Metagross.
Yeah, because now he only switches into Lucky 2 because of the burn chance, I'm pretty sure. And because our Scald won't do as much to him, like Hyper Voice is doing quite a lot, so...
Yeah, we didn't bring Ice Beam, so because we didn't see the need for it.
Yeah, so, but that was a need.
Yeah, it could have been clutch against this Altaria, because this is a really stally part of the match. I mean, there's not much Vaporeon can do to Altaria, there's not much Altaria can do back to us.
Yeah, we kind of have to get a chance to trap Altaria in, because otherwise with the Roost and with its bulk, we can't do much to it.
Right here we went for the Meteor Mash, because we thought, well, we pulled a double last time, maybe this time Steve will predict us to over-predict, and the mind games went on. But he just made the safe play and went on into Skarmory, so he's gonna catch that Meteor Mash, and we're gonna catch that Rocky Helmet damage.
Yeah, which does more than our Meteor Mash, so it's not a win-win for us.
Yeah, no, that's not a good situation. We've seen what happened last match, and Skarmory just bodies the Metagross, which would not if we had the damn gravity.
Yeah.
But yeah, guys, sometimes we just overlook our preps. Sometimes
he knew we would switch probably here, so he goes for the Whirlwind, and he drags the perfect Pokemon out.
Yeah, but he drags out the perfect answer for Skarmory, because Thunderbolt KOs, he is forced to switch out, and his switches are getting pretty limited here. Yeah. So Altaria is gonna catch that Thunderbolt.
It does not do that much, but we have a counter for this Altaria. We have Sludge Bomb on him, so we're like,
Sludge Wave?
Yeah, Sludge Wave. So we're like, okay, let's fire this off and kill this Altaria because this wall can't be here.
So that's pretty nice, guys. Thunderous is getting to put in the work finally with this Cloud Hands. And I mean, there's not too many things that can eat up a hit from Thunderous.
Yeah, but now we have to stay in. Stealth Rocks would do the work, if not the knockoff to kill us.
Yeah,
so...
and there was no need to preserve Thunderous for Second Father, as we still have most of our squad alive and healthy. So
now, here's the plays, guys. Explain them.
Here we bring on our Entei, which is Choice Scarf. It's the perfect counter for the Ambipom. And bang, Ambipom catches that Flare Blitz to the face. And what do you know, this must be the fattest Ambipom in all the land, because it lives on like 2 or 3 hit points. And it gets the U-turn off on Entei. But I mean, we hindered Ambipom pretty hard, so...
Yeah, but here's the thing, because he's faster than anything other than our Entei, it's still so valuable.
Yeah, so we can't afford to just lose Ambipom to this Regirock. But it's still kind of a good situation because we have Vaporeon in the back, and even though it's at a really low amount of health, there's not really much this Regirock can do against us, aside from like exploding or something.
Thunder Punch maybe, if he has it.
Yeah, if he brought it, but I don't think he did. And here the Earthquake connects, which is not gonna do much. After Leftovers recovery, Vaporeon will be able to eat up another one.
And Scald and Fire is called back, which is pretty cool because this thing, if this thing has explosion, it's a trap. We need this out, but what do you know? He preserved this because it's still on like it's green life,
so it might be able to take on the Entei later on.
Yeah.
But he goes into Skarmory, which is actually perfect for us.
We snag the burn, which come on, that's so clutch.
Yeah,
that's
that was
so
really clutch. It was also really hexy in a way, but it was kind of risky to switch the Skarmory in there, especially knowing that Skarmory is the only thing stopping Metagross from racking shop in the team.
Yeah.
Especially because Hammer Arm is guaranteed to hit KO on the Regis, so I mean, now Skarmory is taking so much damage from Scald and Burn, I mean, it can't even roost to get its health up.
Even with the roost, it's going with the burn now to most like half of its health, so he decides to just dish out damage. But the burn comes in clutch, and we actually leave that. So we fire off another Scald and we pick up the KO against this almighty bulky Skarmory.
Now finally with Skarmory out of the way, Metagross can have a pretty fun time. We also had Salamence on the back with Flamethrower in case everything went wrong, but it was nice that Vaporeon was able to put in the work and get that out of the way.
But it's time to rest now because we can't switch anything to Ambipom.
So we just have to sack another Pokemon to this double tail hands Ambipom. And Metagross comes in. Do we have the Bullet Punch or do we not? We do, and that priority is more than enough to take Ambipom out.
Yeah, I mean, if it wasn't like, it was like at 3 HP.
This Ambipom was supposed to be dead like a long time ago. That Flare Blitz was the lowest of the low rolls. And here the Regirock comes in and catches that Meteor Mash to the face. It almost goes down, but it still lives on a sliver of health to dish an Earthquake.
And here we didn't want to risk that 10% chance of Meteor Mash actually missing. So we go for a Bullet Punch, and what do you know? It freaking lives at like 2 HP. So it fires an Earthquake back.
And takes Metagross out, sadly. Arguably there was a misplay on our part because we still had the Earthquake, and I guess we just got a little bit too nervous or too excited at the moment, and we ended up clicking Bullet Punch. That costs us a Pokemon in differential, but I don't really think that mattered in the long run.
Yeah, I don't really care, like...
Yeah, as long as we still have our way pretty clear into the victory.
We got a crit, it didn't really matter here.
But Salamence goes +1 with the Moxie, and he's down to his last Pokemon, which is the Roserade. And right here, our last trick up on the sleeve is the Assault Vest Salamence, which is kind of unorthodox. But in League format, you gotta work with some unorthodox stuff, I guess.
Yeah.
Megusta hangs on to the Focus Sash, goes for HPIs, but you guys can throw that on the calculator. It cannot kill Salamence with an AV. So the Dragon Claw comes off, Megusta goes down, and the São Paulo Cyndaquils fight their way to victory and get the spot in the semifinals of the IBL.
Oh my god. Like, I'm so stoked, guys. I can't even believe we're actually on playoffs and we made it to round 2. Because, like, making it to playoffs was our goal, but living to another round was a whole nother thing.
Yeah, so that's all I can say is that's hype, guys. That's hype. I think we played really well this game.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess the biggest misplay we did was not bringing the gravity, which
True.
would have been so clutch. We were nervous before the battle. We team prepped so extensively, and
We looked to his team more than we looked at our team.
yeah, I guess you could say that. But in the end, that's it, guys. We are in the semifinals. The São Paulo Cyndaquils can fight to be in the last game of the championship.
So good game for Steve. Definitely go check out his side of the battle because he did his best. Like, the hazard control came in clutch once again, but this time we could prep a little bit more. I think we had a little more time, so things went nicely for our way. And I'm excited because next week we're going against the team that I voted personally as the scariest team of the IBL back when it actually started, which is Reckless Bat, the coach of the Texas Tarantulas.
And we actually had a game against Reckless during the season, and we snagged a clutch 2-0 against him, so I definitely believe he's looking forward to vengeance,
Yeah.
and we are looking forward to block this vengeance and snag our way into the grand finals. So we'll see what that game has in stock for us, and we hope you guys check it out next week.
With our team prep for round 2 of the playoffs against Reckless Bat. See you guys there. Bye!